This is Lord Ahriman of Dark Funeral, and you're watching Black Planet TV.
This is Philip from the Black Planet, when we are here with Lord Ahriman from Dark Funeral. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Did you have a nice trip from Czech Republic?
It was alright, kind of rough. We haven't slept much, but...
How was the show and everything?
Brutal Assault was really good. We had a good time on stage, and it was raining and we were the last band on stage, but people stayed up with us throughout the night, and it made us all very, glad. And
So, 7 years after the last album, you are finally back. Awesome news. Could you shed some light about what you've been up to in the last few years? There's been some lineup changes, also you switched labels and everything.
Yeah, we changed pretty much everything after the last record label and booking agency, and we rearranged the whole structure around the band to make wanted to make improve everything as much as we could when we came back with a new record. So, and besides writing music, there's been other stuff going on.
Can I ask you to speak a little bit louder? Just a little bit. Why did it took more than 1 year since the release of the single Nail Them to the Cross and Where Shadows Forever Reign? Was it a planned decision, or was there some incident or something?
No, the original plan was to get the full-length album together, after the single, but I wasn't, ready with the music. I needed to keep writing and make everything as good as I could, and then also when it came to the lyrical side with Helja Mother and so on. So we decided that, well, fuck it, it's gonna be a long time between the single, which wasn't the plan, but I felt it's better we take a couple of months extra and make it a really good record.
Your new album is rock solid. It's tight, has the best production so far, as well as some of the finest moments that you've ever composed. So it's a compliment. What feedback have you been receiving about it, and how are people reacting so far?
Yeah, the feedback have been absolutely crazy. I've never experienced anything like it before. And we knew it was a strong record, and the whole vibe against around the creating process, the studio session, everything, we felt like this time we really have something good going on, something special. And but you can never know exactly what's going to happen once how the fans going to react and so on. But we knew it was a good record, but I don't think we could expect this kind of insane, positive feedback that it has received. And there's so many strong superlatives. Normally I'm used to, we're kind of spoiled, either people love us or hate us, and, we have lots of good fan base who always give us good feedback and good support, which we are so grateful for. But it's the normal stuff, they're like, it's a killer record, and, some people think it's a masterpiece. This time it's like, I received so many mails where people are like, thank you for this record. And I'm like, I never experienced anything like that. People have been, they say, we needed this in my life, So it's so much stronger, words behind the response this time, and that's something new, and it's kind of difficult how to respond to that.
Well, usually...
I'm honored, that people react that way, but it's still, I don't know how to act, Yeah. But it's nice, when people feel that strong for the record and the music.
Where Shadows Forever Reign comes after 20 years since the release of your first album, Secrets of the White Cards. These days, what keeps you motivated and inspired to continue making new albums?
It's just, for me, it's when I write music, it's sort of writing a movie. It's a movie on what's going on inside of my head and what's going on within my life, how I think about things and stuff like that. And I put everything into music. It's just something I have to do, It's hard to say, Sometimes you can hate it, sometimes you just, this is what has to be done,
Yeah, people use it as a catharsis. So
yeah, sort of. It's hard to say, but I mean, this has been my life for so long, and I have this, when I write music, I find this inner peace in a way, and sometimes I come to certain points in life when I really need to
do something new.
No, well, come back and find that inner peace within myself, because in periods it maybe get a little bit too much chaos. That's what I bring out in the music eventually, I guess.
Did your songwriting process change since you started 20 years ago? How do you do it these days? Do you compose most of the stuff? You do it in group?
No, yeah, well, it changed a lot. For the new record, I was mainly sitting in my home studio writing, and
You all live together or live close by or something?
no, we discussed, but I was sitting mostly by myself. The other guys showed up once in a while and kept up to date with what I was working on, and we have a shared Dropbox. I always keep everybody in the loop, but when I really dig into things, I sit myself and just go with it,
In your opinion, what changed in these last 20 years? Do you still perceive the black metal scene as it used to be before the internet days, or how do you look at it in these days?
Well, it's so different. It's hard to describe, because today it's nothing close to even how it was in the early 90s or late 80s. But it's, I live in my own black box, and I'm doing things my generation did when we started, and I'm still living in that kind of world. Nowadays you have several new generation that came in with their brand of what black metal is about and how they want to perform it. So everything is so much different, and we were writing by hand letters, sending demos, or compilation tapes, recorded compilation tapes and shared,
Tape trading and everything.
Exactly. And you waited weeks to get a reply for a mail. Now you almost demand to get a reply within the next 5 minutes, or you're a fucking douchebag.
I know how it is.
So it's this, everything is just totally different. It's if you weren't part of that the beginning, you can't really understand the difference.
Without counting the split with Inferno a few years ago, Christian Necrolord is back as cover art illustrator for you guys, making the beautiful artwork that he did. That makes us remember a bit of the first album as well. Is it a coincidence, or is it somewhat connected to the fact that it's been 20 years since the first one?
Well, it's mainly a coincidence. But of course, we talked about, I met Necrolord. I've been in touch with him over the years, but then we met a couple of years ago at Sweden Rock Festival, and we started talking about working together for the next Dark Funeral record. Then we came closer to get things in motion. We realized that it would indeed be 20 years since, the Secrets of the Black Art. So it was more, between the two of us, more like our own celebration, 20 years celebration, from the two albums. And at least I didn't think more about it than that. I didn't realize that every interview I was going to do after this record was going to contain questions about that. That was not in my world at all.
Intentions.
No, so it's I was kind of surprised the first time I heard people analyzing things and had thought about so many things, you know, in that connection that I had not had in my mind. But I find it interesting that people, you know, do that. You know, they find.
Yeah, people tend to analyze everything, so
Yeah.
they just start finding statistics everywhere.
Exactly, yeah. But it's interesting. But as I said, I had no idea that that was gonna, you know, be the big thing. This record.
Being what we can call a big band in the black metal scene, you've played in festivals all around the world. You've done worldwide tours, even South America and Asia, I presume.
Pretty much all over the world.
Do you feel that this new album opened new doors for you in the music industry, or what still needs to be achieved in your opinion, as a band?
Well, I'm never satisfied. You know, I always put really high goals. But it's you know, it's hard to say. I mean, for this new record, of course, you know, the feedback is fucking insane. And we haven't really... Well, the summer festival we've done this summer, of course, it's been huge crowds. And we had some pretty decent slots on some of the festivals. So in that sense, we see that we climbed a little bit. But it's still too early to say and see where it's going to bring us. But I know, you know, you can never take anything for granted. You never get anywhere if you don't work hard. So we're going to continue to work hard and do what we believe in and see where it takes us, you know. You never know. But I have big demands on myself and the band, that's for sure.
And you know, these days in this kind of situations, if you stop, people forget about you.
Yeah, well, I've heard that over the years, but at the same time, people always say that of some reason Dark Funeral is one of the few bands that just can disappear for a while, and then, you know, people are still fucking asking for us, and there's still a big demand for us.
You know, you established a mark in the whole scene back in the 90s.
Yeah, but I had this discussion with lots of business people, and they also find it great, but also they say that we're a rare you know, band that you know, since we don't release a record every second year or every year or so, but still, you know, there's still a big fucking demand for us. You know, it's just keep on growing. And I don't know, maybe it's, you know, people see that we do this for real. We do this, you know, this is our life, this is what we live for. And they see the honesty in what we do, and they can hear it in the music. And I think, you know, that's a big thing, honesty. If you do it just for fame, money, or trying to be, you know, play some cool music, it's just not going to work. People see through that. And I guess, you know, people see that this is, you know, we do this with full honesty and reality.
Could you shed some light about your future plans?
We, you know, we have one festival shows after this one, and then we have a break. We're gonna start planning for the tour. We start touring in October. We have a pretty hardcore tour start. We go to Japan, yeah, and the next day we go to Taiwan, and then we fly straight to Denmark and start the European tour. So it's going to be a very hardcore beginning of a tour, but that's what's going to happen. And then we're going to do 4 weeks in Europe, and we're still you know, confirming shows for December and 2017. So we're just going to, you know, keep going with the flow, and you know, whatever brings, you know, whatever kind of offer comes in, we see where it takes us. But we start for real and to support this new record in October. This is just, you know, a touch of everything.
Cliche last question. It's been a while since you've been here, like many years. Yeah. What can we expect from you guys later this evening?
Well, we have a little bit of a problem, but we're trying to solve it. We didn't get any guitars with the flights. So, but I hear guitars are on the way. We have no idea how they're going to work, but we're going to do everything we can to make things work and do our best. But it is, of course, it's going to be a bit difficult when we don't have everything, you know, our own stuff. But as always, you know, we go fucking full throttle. We give everything we can every show. So be prepared for we're bringing back hell to Portugal.
I remember seeing you guys back in '99, and it was insane. So.
Well, I think it's more power behind everything nowadays. That's at least how I feel.
Okay, thanks a lot. This was the last question. Any last words or something?
Oh, just good to be back in Portugal after so many years, and hopefully it won't take so many years to come back again.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.